I still haven't come down, guys, from this film. Watching it on Saturday night at South by Southwest, it's been in my brain all weekend, and
Wonderful.
it's a hard one to talk about in the sense that there's just so much to it. And I just wondered for you guys, having kind of seen the reaction to it back at Toronto last year and seeing the personal reactions that people were having. Have you had something like that before? I know you guys have been in Marvel and everything else, but the reaction to this and how people feel so deeply about this film must feel very, very different to anything you've had before.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel to yourself. Certainly for me, there's something in the film that invites people to connect to it personally with whatever they feel and whatever they see in the film, and that's really unique as a piece of art. Is Mike Flanagan's poured his heart and soul into this, and his invitation to us was to do the same, to pour our hearts and souls into it, because yes, it's about Chuck's life, but really it's about all of our lives, and that Chuck and Marty and Felicia and Albie and Sarah Krantz, Chuck's grandparents, all the characters in the film, it's really about cherishing the connections we have with the people we love and the joy we share with those people, and how that accumulates to become the courage you need and the meaning you crave when it feels as if the world is falling apart. Because that's inevitable on the path of life. We're all going to encounter those destabilizing experiences of loss and grief and struggle. And what sustains you through those times is love and connection. And so that people in the audience have reflected on the importance of their own relationships or their own memories or their own connections it's really meaningful for us, because that's all you can hope for when you make a film. The whole point is for it to connect to the audience, that they find something in it that's of value. So yeah, it's been a wonderful thing to be part of.
As wonderful as you guys are in this movie, there was a thing you said on Saturday about coming full circle. And it reminded me, when I saw their performances, of how much Mark Hamill and Mia Sara meant to so many people back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And now seeing them come back and bring in these just incredible performances. I don't want to spoil it for anyone about your interactions with them, but it feels like, I don't know, it feels like they've been away for a while and actually they've been doing all this amazing work. And now Mike has brought them back to kind of showcase to everybody again, to like refresh everybody just how good they can be outside of what people might expect of them, or at least what they did back in the day.
Oh, it's interesting, isn't it? Like, I think I said this to Mark actually last week, because I think sometimes he's reluctant to. I think his relationship to, obviously, I think he feels he has to be careful when talking about being Luke Skywalker or Star Wars or something like that. But I said to him, I hope it's okay for me to say this out aloud, but you must know that you yourself and what you've done, you're part of some people's conception of what is good in the world. Like, the force is strong with you, and we laughed about it. And I think he's really aware of the extraordinary gift and the extraordinary privilege that is. And I haven't spoken about it to Mia, but obviously she had an extraordinary impact at a particular time. And there's also that film she was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off is part of people's, is also sort of on the side of life and on the side of spontaneity and on the side of do what you love while you can. And I think it's very moving for audiences to see them, a little later in their lives with all of that extraordinary energy they have, that's expressed in a slightly different way. And I love their performances in this film.
Totally.
Yeah.
Did you miss not having a dance sequence yourself in this?
I did miss that. Although I was saying to Tom earlier that on the poster, the particular move that he's in the poster, which is really an extraordinary move. I think there's a large proportion of the population that will look at the poster and think, if I tried that move, there's a good chance I'd end up in hospital.
That's a story. Chiwetel tries to take Tom, ends up in hospital.
I don't think you were.
There's a good chance. The chance is not zero. Let's put it that way. There'll be an ambulance called to wherever I'm throwing those shapes.
I'd be remiss if I didn't circle back to the old sitting on chairs. You had a chair with your name on it. With Marvel,
yes,
coming back and everything else.
Yes.
no name yet. What's going
on?
What's going on? I mean, Benedict doesn't have a chair.
What is it?
There's a whole. Look, there's a whole
grand scheme. But then you've done the thing of crossing over. You've been in the Sony side. So you're playing with like fans' expectations for the last year. With
the whole universe out there.
It's a whole multiverse. So
exactly.
That's right. Which one? Who's going to turn up when? Now you've done.
Now I've done it. Yeah.
There are very few people who've done the double like that.
Yeah.
I think there's more truth to the fact that you guys don't know as much as people think. I quite like the fact that everyone's you're coming back at Loki, and then when you spoke about it the other day, you were like, I didn't know. I quite like that you guys don't know. It keeps it refreshing for you as much as it does for us.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, they do have to ask.
Yes, of course.
Like at some point, they had to say,
"We're thinking about this.
Do you guys want to come?"
Yeah.
They can't just sort of announce you.
Put your chair there.
Yeah. Or can they?
I guess.
Maybe they can.
Maybe they can.
They can do all sorts of things these days. Guys, if this isn't my favourite film of the year by the end of the year, I'll be so shocked. It touched me in so many amazing ways. So thank you for bringing it to us and being part of it.
Thank
was a
you.
wonderful journey. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Lovely
much.
to see you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey you guys!
Hey, you guys!